Welcome back to another episode of the San Antonio Spurs franchise. Today is draft day, and right before we get to the draft, as the usual, there are going to be a few trades. So let's show a couple of those trades here. Starting off, we just look around the league. I kind of looked for situations where people wanted kind of not exactly blow up, but also look in a different direction for the future. First player I thought was Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons signed over to the Nets, part of the Big Three deal type. No, not the Big Three deal, but part to make the Big Three. And he ended up being the last one left, and he's not even a top five or like a top three player on his own team. Looking through the offers, and unsurprisingly, well, kind of surprisingly, maybe to you guys, I thought we could take a shot on Ben Simmons. He's a 26-year-old. He still has time, and he could still be decent to a star for us. So we are sending Doug McDermott, Devontae Graham, and a 2025 top 10 protected Chicago pick over to Brooklyn for Ben Simmons and an unprotected 2026 second round pick. I felt like this was fair as McDermott's older, but he is still better option than Ben Simmons scoring wise as Devontae Graham. He is like 28, I think he is, still on the older side, but they also get the first round pick involved, so they can use that either next year if it's outside the top 10 or the following year depending on how Chicago goes. And I mean, McBucket can still score at any pace, and Devontae Graham might be a backup guard. So we take on Ben Simmons' contract as he's now a San Antonio Spur. Next trade's a huge three-team deal here. So the Nuggets are going to go all in as they're going to trade Michael Porter Jr., Christian Braun, Peyton Watson, and a second-round pick to Miami for Jimmy Butler. Miami will also be sending a second-round pick and Nikola Jovic over to the Dallas Mavericks, as the Mavericks are going to be sending Max I'm struggling here. Maxi Kleba, and two unprotected first round picks. Oh no, one unprotected and one lottery protected to Miami. As well, they also take on Kadavius Caldwell Pope. In hindsight, it probably doesn't look like a great trade for the Mavs, but they do get a young guy. They do get Caldwell Pope, and they are still trying to win now with Luka still on the team. Final trade here is the last effort for Portland to keep Damian Lillard on a championship team. They send us here a little on a first-round pick for Bojan Bogdanovic, and that will do it, and now we will head into the draft. All right, so after those huge trades that just happened around the league, notably, if you guys missed any of them, how do I get a transaction report here? We had a lot of firings and stuff like that. We actually traded for Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is the youngest one in this group here, so I gave them a 2025 first round Bulls pick, top 10 protected, and then we take on their 2026 second round pick. I felt like with Ben Simmons having a down year, giving up a first round pick that's top 10 protected that isn't ours was all right. As well as two veteran players to help out that Nets young squad. You got the huge three-team trade, including Michael Porter Jr. and Jimmy Butler. Those are the main two guys there. It looks like the Mavericks kind of get fleeced here, but they get Caldwell Pope to help at shooting guard, depending on if Kyrie resigns or not, which would be something after the draft, as well as, they lose a first-round pick. But they get Jovic, who is a first-round pick, back, as well as a couple other picks, second-round picks, which is fine for them. Butler's gone, so the Heat will start their rebuild. Kinda, not really. And then Bojan for Nasir Little. Bojan had a great year, so they had to give up a first-round pick. Portland's just trying to keep Damian Lillard happy before his career is over, trying to get him that title, while the Pistons, they're trying to get younger. And they are already young. But it's time for the NBA draft here. Adam Silver, he's ready. And the first pick is the Indiana Pacers, who are now on the clock. And they pick Victor Wembanyama. I always struggle saying his name. We all know what he's about. Pick number 2, the Magic are on the clock. They have two choices here. They will pick Scoot Henderson out of the G League Ignite. High school, same shit. Um, should be a nice little guard to have there. And with the third pick, we have pretty much a few different options. Ahmed Thompson's one that they have high hopes on. Starter to ceiling of a Hall of Fame. But I think the fact that this guy is basically has a ceiling of LeBron James, I think him right off the bat would be really good. Brandon Miller out of Alabama. Position number 1, he's projected to go number 2. He fell to us at number 3, and he is our pick here. Brandon Miller is the first selection of our draft here. Proven scorer, he led the nation in scoring with 27.5. I don't know if that's true, but oh, so the Wizards here are going to actually trade for 2 veterans in a push for their playoffs. They're going to trade their 4th pick for Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward, which, yes, I did approve because mine as well. And they're going to pick Cameron Whitmore here to team up with LaMelo Ball here in Charlotte. Nice little trade there. The Rockets now are going to go for a trade. They're going to try to trade Ben Simmons for this pick. It's tempting. It is very tempting, but we're not going to. They're going to pick up Nick Smith Jr. instead, the shooting guard. Jalen Green testing free agency. I don't think he is. I think he's on a team option. Ahmed Thompson goes 6. Someone I was thinking about picking. Charlotte also gets Max Lewis at 7, which is pretty good. Keontae George here at 8. There's a lot of people here. Y'all probably know. I'll show the lottery here. Going a little fast, though. And here, we got a nice little trade here. The Knicks are actually going to jump up because, might as well remember this. I don't know if you guys will end up seeing it, but when I was scrolling through, I was doing a bunch of team trades for people. Mitchell Robinson was upset. So they had to trade him. They send him over to Utah. Utah trades their pick, and Jordan Hawkins is the pick for New York. And now to finish out the lottery, I forget this guy's name, but I know it's messed up. It's Greg Dickey. And then 14th pick, there is a swap here. The Hornets will end up trading their future pick in Caleb Martin to the Raptors, who are also in a win now mode for this pick, and they'll go Leonard Miller out of Canada. And that will basically, I'm just going to sim to our next pick here. We're going to try to go a little bit faster here. There is some guys here that I'm actually surprised, like Sid Sissy. Don't really know if he's a real player or not because I know some of these guys aren't exactly real, but I'm pretty sure this draft class they would be. He's actually the top. Colby Jones, he's a good defender here. I'm thinking about going him, especially at the guard position, being a question mark. And I think that's what we're going to go with. Rajon Rubert's also here. It is tempting to go him. Rajon Rubert or Colby Jones. We'll go Rajon Rubert. I think that's pretty much the best guy we could probably get here. He's a sharpshooter, basically. Celtics are going to go Keller. I do have another pick, actually. I have trade offers for this pick. I think it's just future picks. Yeah, we're not going to accept any of those. We'll pick our own. Colby Jones is still here. Okay, so we'll end up getting Colby Jones anyway. So this is actually good. That will end it for us here. So Wembanyama, obviously Scoot Henderson. We ended up getting Brandon Miller, who is actually the second highest overall. We'll see how he fits into our squad here. You'll see the other guys and their overalls here. But I actually want to see what our men are at because I'm actually pretty interested. We're not the Nets. The Spurs. So where was our other pick? Where did we? At 13, we got Colby Jones, 72 overall. That's actually not that bad. More of a passer and a defender. But he's got a nice shooting. Yeah, he's actually a little bit worse at. Okay. Kobe Jones ain't that bad. And then we also, with the first round, we got Rubert, who's also a 72 youngin. Basically the same skill set. Um, Not bad at all. We're going to sign all three of them to the 1 year deal, 2 year deal for Brandon Miller. And let's see the player and team options heading into this. We will accept these two. We will not accept those two at the bottom. Zach Collins, I definitely want back for another year. It's not exactly excited to be here, but I'm going to try. If he's still upset later on in the season, I'll try to trade him. I think he does have better potential playing here. Vassell, same thing. If he doesn't work out and doesn't want to be here, we will get rid of him. So we will keep those guys. Harden declines as the top option here. Halliburton, team option is accepted. Declined by Porzingis. Middleton's the first one to accept. Player option declined by Draymond Green. This could be interesting. We're going to roll out our qualifying offers here. Try to get them if we can. Here's the free agency, and I don't think we have enough money for any of these big names, so don't expect us to go balling. But there is some guy that I am actually looking at here. Trey Jones will probably bring back, but I saw him in here. I won't probably get it, but we'll see. This will be, we might as well finish it out in this episode. Might as well do the off season here. No, we'll make it a two-parter. We'll let you guys dwindle on that fact. I'm sorry these are kind of weird, edited, quick videos. I'm trying to get as many as I can, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm tired. So, yeah, part 2 will be the free agency, and then after that will be the start of our new season. This is our team before free agency. Guys, thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you all later. I'm out. Peace.